But love is definitely the answer, and it's something that everybody should spread. I was Oh, what are we doing? Oh, sorry, I was caught up. I was being taken for economy by Elise Cam. Welcome back to Twerky Bros, episode 3.
Oh,
Episode 3. We are here, number 3.
I have short fingers. Look at that. I got a big palm and stubby fingers.
I just got small hands, but I used to have big biceps and everything, but yeah, gotta get back to that.
Got this meteorite ring showing here.
That thing looks awesome, by the way. That's a nice piece. That
Thank
is
you.
a nice piece. Where did you get that?
My wife got it for me. It's
Nice.
it's made of meteorite, and we're hippie married. We're not like legally married, but like we are in our hearts and our minds. So
That's all that matters.
we don't need the government to tell us that we're wed.
No, not at all. It's all about what the heart wants, and Hold on one second. I got to get out of the library because it's supposed to be quiet in here, and I'm not being quiet. So, all
You're
right,
super loud in there, dude. They're gonna kick you out anyway. You better go.
you're about to. I had to
They're
run.
about to get ready, bro.
Um, but yeah, it feels good the past couple days to be growing a beard finally a little bit. Getting some facial hair back.
Yeah, I've been trying to. Yeah, I guess that's a beard.
It is there.
I get beardy pretty quick though.
Me too.
I'm not careful.
Couple days. What do you got going on now? I know you're involved with SuperWorld and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You have your art.
Last time we talked, we were
Yeah.
kind of like, I was kind of like transitioning in from one thing to another. Recently, essentially what's been going on is SuperWorld has given me a good opportunity to kind of pursue another career. And then in addition to that, Mike and Ken buying that whale card, or well, Mike buying the whale card from Ken, essentially.
That's General Smart. That is General Smart.
All right, sorry.
Mike, watching? I know you're. I'm pretty sure you're watching. I dub the General Smart.
General Smart of the Owl Militia.
That's right.
The Night Owl, they call him. But yeah, he's a good dude, and I think it's one of those things where I could have done this soon anyway, but that kind of gave me, SuperWorld's taking care of me.
Yeah, no, they're I don't want
to make that happen anyway.
I don't want to put any names out there, but they're definitely good people.
Yeah, I want people to know essentially that like
I'm gonna put a name out there. Rish is a good guy.
Rish is an amazing guy.
I don't really care. If I'm gonna get in trouble for saying his name on here and saying he's a good guy, then I don't know.
Then what's the
still appreciate that.
Yeah, we might be able to shout him out. Essentially, the plan was going to be to pursue this anyway.
Right.
And, I just burped under my breath, and if I was just going to admit it because people probably heard it. Mike doing that gave me the ability to just like kind of just go for it now and not like kind of wait to convince myself.
Don't not procrastinate in a sense.
Yeah, it's almost like I was getting ready to parachute out of a plane and I wouldn't let go of the edge. And it's like I already have the parachute that I need. I'm gonna land fine because I know that SuperWorld's taking care of me. It's a soft landing in SuperWorld. But at the same time, I needed him to push me out of that plane a little bit.
Yeah.
With him giving me that little push and Ken kind of holding me to that, being like, hey, look, you said you'd write that notice up if we did this.
Yeah.
So
it sounds like he was the one who pushed you out of the plane, and Ken was the one who jumped with you and said, look, this is how you pull your string.
Yeah, that's what it was. Rish and SuperWorld were like my parachute. Ken was like my dive instructor, and Mike pushed me out of the plane. It's kind of how that worked, if we want to like break it down on that level. Yeah, and it's really cool to have friends like that.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. And it's hard for me to accept compliments for some reason. That's why I don't promote my own artwork on any of these shows, which I should probably get better about. That's some of my stuff back there, and we're done. So see, I'm bad at it.
I think we should do, and I'm gonna put this down in the books. We should do a wax drop of something from Good Bros. Like whoever is watching this should get a mint, some type of Good Bros artwork, or we'll figure it out off the air. But what are your thoughts on that though?
I think it would be cool. We'll see if people like the Good Bros logo. Maybe that would be a good suggestion. Maybe a little image of us kind of cut into like an old movie poster, like I did with some other stuff recently.
That would be cool.
Think of like, what would be funny? The movie Twins.
Oh, I was just thinking of that.
I steal your thought? I almost saw your thought bubble. I was like, let me just. I snatched it from you.
Dude, I was thinking of the two walking, and he's got his jacket, and he's like, and the other one's like, how tall?
Except this is the thing. I want you on because we know I'm tall. I'm like, I want to do it reverse. So I want to be Danny DeVito, and I'm going to make you Arnold, and it's just going to be this funny. It's going to be awesome, dude.
Wonderful. It's going to be fantastic. I'm telling you right now.
It'll be wonderful. I need to work on a DeVito impression.
Yeah, I don't even know how he talks.
Hey, no, what is his? Yeah, I'm not going to try to do it right now. It's crazy. I almost tried to go DeVito. If you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you'll get a good read on him.
Yeah,
kind of as an actor.
My buddy Kevin, we used to watch that. He's like, "You got to watch Always Sunny." I'm like,
"It's so good, dude."
And then I watched
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that tonight. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm gonna watch that tonight a little bit. Absolutely.
Have you ever seen The Midnight Gospel? Do you have Netflix?
No, I do.
All right, so The Midnight Gospel is a show by Duncan Trussell. It's like an animated series, and it's very trippy. It's about this character that's essentially interacting with a random world generator. So like this computer that he has generates random versions of worlds that exist, but like infinite, how infinite versions of each world could potentially exist. So this takes that to another level, and it like generates false ones, and then it simulates an experience within each, and he can hop into each different world and live as a different character and kind of teach like whatever he's kind of teaching through that episode.
That's crazy.
That's when I would suggest everyone to watch. It's like really fun. And The Midnight Gospel. And the guy that's responsible for that beauty is Duncan Trussell. He's like one of my favorite comedians and just humans in general. He's a great guy. Super cool. If you listen to his show, the Duncan Trussell Family Hour, the DTFH, super, super good show. He's got a lot of guests that are kind of more focused on like mindfulness, but also like comedy. There's a lot of funny, he's a stand-up comedian. So you can catch him on like Joe Rogan Experience a lot. They've had like a lot of 4-hour podcasts together,
I had a mine on alien worlds, which brings me to that topic. Have you ever been in that? Have you ever heard of Alien World? I forget the website, but
no, I've got a bunch of their cards. Because I have one of those one of Ken's like nifty, what are they called? The
Nifty Bro.
Yeah, I've got that pass, the thing that gets you the free ones.
Yes.
So
I even asked him, and there's probably no way I can find one on the thing, but I'll get one eventually.
Yeah, I would give you mine, but it's
no, never, bro. That's too valuable. That's valuable. He drops them in there. If you had that thing, you probably would have gotten a Twerky Bro. Man, you've seen that Twerky Bro thing?
That's dope. I want one.
Man, that thing is funny. I thought it was cool. I was like, oh, look at that. It's a Twerky. It's cute. And I was like, oh, it's Bozak's face. I was like, I gotta get that. And they were sold out.
Yeah, I feel like that one, I should have bought one, and I just slept on it for some stupid reason. I knew that they would just go. I don't know why I didn't grab one.
I wasn't up on the Twerky Twerky Pepe's yet. Sorry.
I'm from ETH. I've got a lot of stuff on Rarible and those like ETH platforms. So yeah, I mean I'm familiar.
Got the first Twerky Pepe on wax.
Yeah, it's crazy that it worked out that way too. I think you're gonna see a lot more of that too. Um,
Oh, absolutely.
a ton of ETH people coming over. If it's gonna cost you like $100 to mint something,
Yeah,
and then you might not be able to sell it because of the transfer fee and all these things, the gas cost or whatnot. I think you're gonna see a lot of people coming over. But I think in the future, with certain forms of interoperability, I said inoperability. That's kind of what we have now.
yeah,
Interoperability. But I think when we see that more in the future, you're going to have a lot of stuff like being maybe minted for cheap on one chain, moved over, and then just sold on the other because it's the popular place to be.
definitely.
Uh, some of these might just become like minting platforms.
Yeah.
Not Atomic Hub because they're like obviously like sick, but
Oh, their transaction, it is ridiculous.
they're doing a lot of different kind of stuff too.
They have a awesome platform. If you're into NFTs and you haven't checked out Atomic Hub yet, what are you doing with your life? Go check it out, atomichub.io.
And what are you doing with your life?
You guys would. But what was the other thing I was going to mention? I was going to mention, I don't know, it just lost it. Oh, yeah. So TLB, it's Ken said it earlier. Trilby. I'm not sure. I'm going to butcher it. I just did. But you can mine it on alienworlds.io. And
Yeah,
yeah, so and then you can transfer that into like wax and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I got into that a little bit, but I don't know. What else is, what do you got going on with, what's your Happy Valentine's Day?
yeah,
Happy
that's kind of what I wanted to talk about more today. Is just
the
like
love today.
Valentine's Day. It's an important day for love, whether you have somebody to spend it with or not. Just kind of maybe, you could even hop on Twitter, a place where it's usually hard to find some love, and just put it out there for people. There's a
No,
lot of people struggling right now that need friends.
Facebook more so, I would say. I mean, well, I don't know because I'm in.
I'm not on there. I'm
I'm,
not on Facebook because of
I didn't
that.
think so. I was like, I whenever I shout you out, I just put Nate or Nathan on there. Everybody that we associate with knows, but it's other people are like, oh, who's that? And I'm like, that's Love is the Answer. They're like,
That's why I don't change my Twitter handle in terms of like the actual at name, because like I I kind of want to, like, I don't know, I'm weird like that. I want people that know me to know me, and if they don't just know, like if they haven't been here, like it's cool if they find it, but
right, right.
I like being like a secret in some ways. But I have like people that collect my art. I have a good following in terms of that stuff. I just don't like really promote myself that much art wise. I'm more of like a hype man for other stuff that I'm associated with, essentially.
Nothing wrong with that. And
I feel more comfortable repping SuperWorld than I do like something I painted, for instance.
yeah. Well, your art speaks for itself. I mean, I'm not gonna go crazy. We'll just say this: you're the one who created the banner, so you know what I mean. Like, it speaks for itself. People will see that, and you're the one who created that spaceman over there. So I mean, people will, and anybody who is curious if Nate's made something, love equals love with the quotation. That's his
Yeah, my
signature.
signature.
Check it out.
I'm like one of those one name people. I'm like Madonna or Cher. Or
Yeah.
I mean, I could pick a guy one too, but that's no fun. I mean, let me be weird. Let me have it.
Get weird. Yeah, no, I mean, today is February 14th, and it's one of those days where, a lot of people, Valentine's Day, I feel like has become something it's so it's become mainstream to where people are like, oh, I gotta get a card for somebody, or just do it of the kindness of your heart, like, just things like that, and it's not wrong to get somebody a gift, it's as long as it's given with, love.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool because some people say, oh, you can do it whenever all year. And it's like, yeah, but all year is the time to like really just show it and give it and, do things for people on that kind of plane, so to speak. But I would say, if you're going to give a gift, like, you really go out there and you look for it but you're doing it with your heart. You're doing it with love because you're like, oh man, like they love that. You know what I mean? So it's different, and it's become one of those things where it's like you don't have to get a card. Like just go out and if you want to get that special someone something, get them something, but don't do it in a rush. Like take your time.
Yeah, I
You know
always
what I
make
mean?
something, I always try to like make a card. Uh,
Yeah,
I know it's cheesy, but like that's better anyway, right? I mean, sometimes
absolutely.
means a little more to people, I guess. People like that stuff too. They're like, "Oh, you bought this thing at the store," which is nothing wrong with that. But when they're like, "Oh, you made this," that's like a different feeling, I guess.
Hmm. I mean, I had
You
the
like,
first.
"Oh, I'm not a good artist" or whatever. It doesn't matter. That would almost make it funny. Like
Yeah.
we need to laugh at ourselves a little bit too. I'm not. I might be good at like something like art, for instance, at times, but I'm not like good at a lot of stuff. Otherwise, like I know like a lot of programming stuff, but I'm like a very slow typer. Like, so like that's embarrassing. Like, there's like a lot of weird insecurity, a lot of things that people like. I'm good at programming, bad at typing. Like, how does that work?
Hey, what?
But
Take a typing class in high school?
I did all that. I did like Mavis Speak and Mario teaches typing. I lose so focus so quick on things because I have bad
No, like an
ADHD.
actual like I took I forget the name of the class, the course, but it was like a thing where you had to literally like just type.
Yeah, you went to a real typing class.
Yeah, if you haven't taken something like that, then like you can't fault yourself. You can't be mad at yourself. You can't, and nobody's perfect. So it's like, dude, it's one of those things where it just, the more I'll tell you what, a year from now you'll be like, oh wow, I'm so fast at typing now because you're about to you're about to be typing a lot.
Yeah, dude.
Feeling. But you know, love is like you say, love is the answer. And
It is, man. I
for
think people need to just practice it more.
like I
And
was
one thing I've been experiencing recently, I'll just be like honest with people, is when you put that much of yourself out there, it can be tiring at times. You're working really hard. You're struggling to always keep a good attitude and always project positivity. And sometimes you get tired. And this is like when it's important to actually practice what you preach and go towards your loved ones and kind of like let them comfort you, you comfort them. It should be an exchange of love. And I think it's a good reminder, Valentine's Day, that no matter what you're going through, that this is maybe the most important thing for all of us.
I agree, man. And you just pushed it all at me, man. Like, because I was supposed to go to my sister's house tonight and hang out, and I'm gonna go do it. It's time to relax, like take a chill, take a break, just go relax and watch a TV show or something. But
It's okay. I need to remember that too. It's okay to stop for a day
it
and just
is,
kind of,
it really is. Like, just what does Ken say? AFK, away from keyboard.
yeah,
Like you got
AFK today.
yeah, everybody will appreciate that. It's I'm gonna go hang with her and her boyfriend. Like I'm happy with that. I'm cool with it. Um, but love is definitely the answer, and it's something that everybody should spread. I had because I went on his was on his podcast earlier, and I stopped outside, and my neighbors were out there, and I wasn't even thinking Valentine's Day. I would have said Happy Valentine's Day, but it doesn't matter because the fact of just talking to them for 10 minutes or something, whatever it was, that's all it takes. Like somebody stops you or says, "Hey, how you doing?" You start talking like, "Oh, I gotta do all this stuff." That stuff can wait. It's like it's not it's not the end of the world. Like nobody's dying. You know what I mean. You get my
Well,
point.
but that is actually the point, like you said. I mean, when
Take
you
that.
said that, I could tell you almost thought, like, well, it's not, but it is. Like, you're right.
Take that.
What if they were dying and you
Right.
didn't take the time to say
Right.
I love you? You didn't take that. You rushed through the conversation because you have something to do.
Yeah.
You had to get to work. Whatever it is. We've all done that, and thank God that person's still there later.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry. I need to pay more attention. I need to like relax a little bit and like pay more attention to you. All that kind of stuff. It's if you've ever had that happen where like those people are taken away and you have that feeling where it's like, oh God, I didn't say goodbye. It's very powerful.
It is powerful. It's one of the worst things in the world. Like that's why I was grateful that, nobody was mad at me, like I got a couple like little jabs, the general over there, General Smart, he's like unacceptable. I know he was joking, but it's like, it's just nice to know that there's people out there in the world that understand and are, like that whole community, man. It's just
Yeah.
great. There's so many people like, us who just want to spread love, spread kindness, spread positive vibes. They're out there. So if you think the world, stinks and you're like, oh, no, take a deep breath, get rid of your negativity, get rid of everything that's just not positive, and just make your mind blank and just go relax. Whatever you like doing, go relax, take a deep breath, and just breathe.
And
And
like the third says, thoughts become things,
thoughts do become things. So if you start thinking positive thoughts, you will put positivity into the world, and that will come back times three, guaranteed. You'll get all that positivity right back at you, and it might take a bit, but it'll happen. Definitely will. Is that a song you're playing, or is that just are you just strumming?
One of the songs that I wrote.
Quite good.
I write a lot of music when I'm bored.
That's something that you should be like, that should be your
See, some people know I'm not like just playing like the radio or something. Now I know people are watching. I'm nervous.
No, we're not live. I can Simple Man.
Huh?
You ever seen
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
How does it go? Okay.
Perfect song for Valentine's Day. You don't need things. You don't need, materialistic things. Like all you need is love, positive vibes. That's it.
Mama told me, oh no, when I was young, sit beside me, my only son. You can't do this if you try. All I want for you, my son, is to be satisfied and be a simple kind of man. Be something you love and understand. Be a simple kind of man. You can do this for me, son. Yes, you can. I already got bored with it almost, but like,
Oh, nice.
I need to practice singing a little bit more. I've got a sore throat, so it's like.
I woke up with that too. It's gone. It's gone now, but I guess from sleeping on my back or something. I don't know.
Maybe. It'll definitely happen. I'm not sure what causes that, but yeah, I'll just wake up with a sore throat some morning, almost like it's I guess it's just like breathing in through my mouth super hard or something. I have no idea.
Just laying in bed and getting that air.
Hang on, I can do this too. I'm gonna try it. I haven't done this in a little bit, so I'm gonna try Jimi Hendrix. think I got it. I have no idea. But I should probably put this down. It's distracting from our conversation.
No,
I'm just
you're
a
good.
little bit
I'm enjoying it. I'm actually letting everybody know right now. We're recording right now.
I'll try to like, let me see. I'll try to play like a little solo or something. I don't know.
Well,
it's the only way I can relax anymore, guys.
it's definitely it's super relaxful, man. That's something that that takes your stress away. You got to be doing that more often.
Yeah, I've got a lot going on. I got to remember to just chill.
Take a minute for yourself. And that goes for everybody out there. You need to just remember to take a minute, take an hour. If you have a busy day, take 10 minutes. Just cool off, turn your phone off, put it on silent, turn it over, whatever. Get away from it, and just relax. 10 minutes. We're talking about SuperWorlds a little bit while you're strumming. SuperWorlds. If you haven't seen the SuperWorld app yet, and I'm not talking about the website again. Yeah, the website as well. Go check that out. But talking about the actual app, there's a SuperWorld app, and they do have the map up. Worldwide map. Yeah, it's a worldwide map. Definitely go check it out. It's GPS based. I can see them incorporating. It looks like they're incorporating the actual. You'll be able to basically see any land you bought in the app on your phone. Definitely check that out, and I'm sure they'll be updating it in the future. I don't know when, because none of this is coming from anybody but myself. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, what I can say about that is essentially, everybody knows kind of what we're doing there, right? We've mapped a virtual reality 3D world over the real world, essentially. So what's cool is that you can create, discover, and monetize your own user content, other people's user content. A lot of what we are is just about letting people create the world of their wildest imaginations, the world of their dreams. When you were a kid playing in your bedroom when you were little, this is the world that you were imagining. Like, that's SuperWorld. And you're already in SuperWorld. That's the craziest thing. It's all around you right now.
Augmented reality.
So, and that's the coolest thing about what we're doing is if you buy a plot, you are an official owner and member of SuperWorld and the SuperWorld community. And you would be taking a share of the revenue that's created in your plot. You would be taking a share of like the advertisement that's created on your plot. Everything that's done in your plot is you. People need to realize that in the 90s, when they're like essentially setting up all these internet businesses, like the .com thing, that the bubble that burst, everybody thought it was like over or whatever, and then it came back. Mm-hmm. Now Amazon's the #1 company in the world essentially, and subjectively, I guess, I don't know, are they still #1? I know Elon Musk became richest, but I'm pretty sure Amazon's still #1.
I can find out.
The point is that a lot of these things that seem kind of like we're not sure where this is going, these are the things that end up being like gigantic. And once you see like essentially what we're doing is creating this essentially network of all things like kind of combined together. there's a connection between all of our worlds anyway, you know, like we're sharing worlds right now. Like
Yeah.
you've created yours right now. There's a backdrop behind you. You know, I just have like a boring wall, but that's kind of what's cool about SuperWorld is like it wouldn't just be the little thing behind you. Like we're gonna have the glasses that you can like actually experience your VR world, you know, around you. Like
I am looking forward to that. And if
it's
Rich is watching, I'm looking forward to that. I want a pair.
yeah, it's really cool, this stuff, and I think people need to just kind of start buying plots before they're all kind of like repriced, like the good ones, because then I'm afraid that like people that I know are going to end up paying too much for the stuff that they want, you know.
Right.
uh, I would love it if everyone we knew could like buy plots next to each other and kind of create like a little community.
That would be
uh, yeah, I there's a lot of stuff with community building that I'm trying to get done there in terms of, and it's not like it's hard, we just need to essentially just announce like, hey, we're building communities,
yeah.
um, which is essentially our next step. Look for that probably in the next couple of weeks, honestly.
Nice.
In terms of us just, you know, we're, I think that we can organize that just in social media. Like if you have like a Telegram group, for instance, and you know, you're all like, hey, I'm buying a plot here, like people buy them near me. You could organize your own thing. You know, we're not gonna like do it right now through the actual features of the site and the app, but that's kind of like the future goal as we see this being like a lot of different things. You're not just buying properties. Like this is anything that happens in the world happens in SuperWorld too, you know, because you're already in it. Um, so I think it would be cool for everybody to create teams and neighborhoods and like kind of like little groups now while they can. And I don't know. I would like if me and you could get a place next to each other since we can't like live near each other in the real world.
Oh man,
Like
that.
stuff like that. That's all I'm talking about.
Well, I'm already. It's already in my head. Gears are turning. I'm like, I already want to buy another plot because I have the Pentagon, and I want something else that could, not only generate revenue, but I want another piece that's not just the Pentagon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's not all about revenue. Like
Right. It's
we're
not.
we're in crypto and we've all got bags of different stuff trying to make, you know, investments and whatnot. And that's what that's for. Your investments are your investments. Like
Yeah.
Superworld should be a different thing.
Fun.
It's yeah, it's like it's sort of has like one toe in that world, sort of, because you're buying something with crypto, you know, it's like sort of in that world. The value of your crypto might go up, which means the thing that you have an asset in that crypto would go up as well. I mean, obviously, but we're not, that's kind of not the point as much as it is just creating cool stuff.
Right. Just
People are
something.
always like, oh, you can make money on this, and it's like, that's not what we're doing. Like we're not saying that. Like it's not like our thing. What we're about is community and love, you know. It's
Right.
but
You
it
got.
also enabling that to happen and kind of inspiring people like, oh well, how do you create a community of love? Like all this love, how are you going to even do that? You talk all this, and it's like you create it. Like we're
Here's the
inspiring
idea.
each other.
Creation. Like they have made it. Super World. They put it together. All the creators and the owners and everything, and you and everybody's created it. Like it's created now. Use it in a positive way to push the love out there and just positive vibes and everything. It wasn't created to, oh, I'm gonna buy Yankee Stadium and, oh, I'll generate all this revenue, which is that's great. It's a perk. You look at it as a perk, you know. But
That's puppy.
yeah, they're getting
Speaking of love, you got the little
right.
pups.
My two little butts. But it's not something that you should be. Oh, I bought it, now I'm gonna sell it. I bought it for point 1 ETH, now I'm gonna sell it for a whole Ethereum. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
could that?
that's something that you do in the real world because you have to live near your job.
Yeah.
Like think of this more as like, all right, if I could buy a house anywhere, I could put my business anywhere, like that kind of thing.
And
Like
I'm
use
not
your imagination.
I'm not sure where I want to pick up a plot besides the Pentagon that I have already. I don't know where.
Have you always wanted to like live somewhere like Hawaii or like
No island. Shout out to all the
Tahiti?
people on islands. I just couldn't do it. It's just
No,
so far away. But then again, it's SuperWorld, so
that's
maybe.
my point. You do it in SuperWorld. I'm lighting sage, not like a giant joint or something. People are like, "What is that? My God, what is he doing with this thing?" Um, yeah, it is definitely sage.
Nice.
Um, these demons out the room.
Yeah. Wow. So, what's your like closing message for today's podcast?
My closing message is, it's Valentine's Day, and a lot of people feel kind of lonely, and like maybe they don't have anybody to share this with, and it's about kind of maybe that's the best time to kind of reach out to other people and just say I love you. Maybe there's a lot of people feeling the same way, and we just don't know it because we're kind of caught up with how we are feeling.
Right.
And I think it's important for people to just reach out and say I love you. It can hurt if nobody returns it. It can hurt if people don't notice or whatever it is, but you're trying. You're doing your best, and if none of us try, then we're never going to get anything done. We're not going to make a difference if we don't try to make a difference. Even if your efforts are going to go in vain, you're kind of creating footsteps for other people to follow. You're kind of helping to beat down a path that's going to be easier for them to walk in the future. Maybe it's difficult for you, maybe you get lost, cut up by the thorns, stepping in potholes, all these things, but the people that follow you are going to have an easier ride because you were willing to go through that. And I guess that's the message is even though it can hurt, sometimes you need to open your heart and give the world as much love as you can.
There it is. There it is. I couldn't have said that better myself. I agree 100%. Sometimes the only thing I'll add to it is, like you said, sometimes if it's not returned, it hurts, but you got to get that out of the mind and just, I've done that this past year. I learned all that to where it's like, I could care less about the pain and what about receiving. It's more about like giving, and it's not easy to do that. It takes a while, but I encourage everybody to actually like, just try it. Try, and it takes a while. It's something you got to practice just to where you can give and say something and you don't need the person to say it back. It won't bother you.
Yeah, it's not about that. It's just about helping them heal.
Yeah.
And you have a responsibility to yourself to take care of yourself, and you shouldn't be relying on everybody else to
Right.
give you what you expect. And it's unfair to expect things of people when we don't know what's going on in their head.
Right.
They might have all the love in the world for you, and they just can't say it because they have some sort of emotional wall that's preventing them from doing so.
True.
It's not it's not personal a lot of these times, and yeah, it's just hard not to think about that because I think with the world going through a tough time and the way things have been for the last year, uh,
People
it's easy to just kind of get sidetracked and almost lose hope for a second.
people need to build communities. If you're out there watching this and you think you can't build a community, you are wrong. You are wrong.
I mean,
You can build a community, get friends together, get one other friend together, and build from there. You can build a community, join a community. They're out there. I mean, I could tell you one right now, you know, that I know in there. I got everybody's back in there, and I'm pretty sure, most of the people, I would probably say all the people have my back in there.
how we met.
Yeah,
I really almost don't even know how in some weird ways. It's kind of trippy. Like it's the
yeah,
last month or so has just been kind of a blur, but a good blur.
yeah, absolutely.
The kind of blur that you might see during some odd hallucination or some sort of
Yeah.
midnight trip to the refrigerator. But
We did the first podcast, 3 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. We haven't missed a week. So,
I was in the closet at that time, not figuratively,
yeah,
but, you
yeah.
know, I was in this literal closet over here.
I was in the kitchen, and now I'm like I got my desktop set up, my desk is out, and all this stuff. So we're making moves, making progress.
Making progress. And that's what Valentine's Day is all about.
So yeah, everybody out there, you know, go tell somebody you love them and mean it. You know, if you don't want to say it, then don't say it, but feel it. You know, whoever you love, you know, if you see somebody outside and you're going to the door, just open the door and, you know, hold the door for somebody. Like
And
showing
even if you do, you know, even if you hate everybody and you're like, this love is for idiots, I hate this, it sounds horrible, then all you want to do is kill everybody. Like, kill them with kindness. How about that?
Yes, that is one of the biggest things. The biggest thing that I have done a
And
lot.
don't be passive aggressive about it.
No,
Be genuinely kind and just like it's like weightlifting, you know, like it sucks. It's hard to lift certain amounts of weight, you know, like your body doesn't want to do it. But mentally we know it's good for us. Like we know it's going to make us stronger. And that's like a lot of that stuff emotionally when we are, you know, like having trouble forgiving somebody or like they didn't say I love you back or any of these like weird things that we've kind of discussed.
right.
It's, I don't know. We can go on all day. The point is just, you know, love is the answer. Happy Valentine's Day. And
What was the answer? Happy Valentine's Day from the Good Bros podcast.
yeah, it's good to see you guys again. And we'll always be here for you every week, giving you good vibes. And no matter what's going on with us, we're going to bring our best attitude. And we're going to spread the love, you know.
Definitely. So make sure you're, you know, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Like, subscribe, bell button, all.
Like, subscribe, bell button, all. We will see you guys next week.
Bye. Love you.
Love you too, man. But love is definitely the answer, and it's something that everybody should spread.